Hello again, and welcome to our video on how to build quick order forms. Creating a quick order form is really a simple process. You just need to know where to push the buttons and how to add the items. So we'll cover that. But first, let's take a look at a quick order form that's built properly. This quick order form here is for Atlanta Toyota, and this segment here is for their sales department. So this is what a customer would typically see. They would log in, they'd see your contact information and image, or one of the default photos. You have a place here to be able to add your line of text that you may want to choose or edit. And you can then add all of the equipment and make a reference that makes sense for them, so it's very simple for them to order. In this example, the sales department has 5 printers, and each printer has a different name associated with it, so it's easy for them to order. This company actually has segmented their ordering into different departments. So they have the finance department, sales department, and each of the equipment that is associated with those different departments have a different page, so it's very easy for who's ever going to order to select the proper page, get the items, and be able to order for the customer very easily. Here you see the finance department has a few other printers. Now, each printer again is labeled in a different reference that makes sense for that department. So who's ever in charge of procurement and ordering can just select the finance department. They want to order something for Denise's printer or the front office printer. They can very easily select that, whichever makes sense to them. We can also establish quantities that are defaulted on their quick order form. It doesn't mean they have to order 2 or 5 or 10 of these, but it makes it easy for them, and you can edit this if you chose to. Most customers are going to be of 3 different varieties. This customer is a large customer, and we've segmented it out to different departments. Another customer would be a single location where they might have 3 to 5 printers, let's say a medical clinic, and you could have all of the printers in one page. Another customer might be a customer that has multiple locations and they have multiple printers in each location. So the key to building a quick order form is just to think what would make it most convenient for the customer and then build around that. I've gone ahead and logged out of Atlanta Toyota and logged into another customer, Andrea Jones, to show you an example of another quick order form. Andrea Jones is a dentist, and she has a couple locations. So in her Atlanta location, she has 2 different printers. But she also has another location, so we've created the toggle so that they can toggle to the other office and be able to order very easily for the other office. And since she owns both offices, it was very easy and convenient for her to put in the equipment she has at her house. This way, she could order things if she needed to for her home also. So as you can see, it's very customizable. This field right here can be edited very easily, and all of the reference fields can be edited very easily on the fly. Let me show you an example of one more quick order form. Here's, I've signed in as a tax office. So I'm going to click on the quick order form and show you a different way you can set up an office also. In this case, they have a couple printers on their main floor and a fax machine. Then they also have private offices, and each office has their own printer on their desk. So to make it easy for them, we've made a pull down for each private office and put the printers that are on the central floor in one space. This way, again, it makes it super easy. So what you want to think about on these quick order forms is what's going to make it super easy for the customer? What makes sense for the customer? Do they have 1 to 3 printers, and so it makes sense to put them all on one single page? Would it make sense to make each individual printer its own pull-down tab here? Or would it make sense to have different offices have their own pull-down tab, or departments have their own pull-down tab? That's all you have to think about. What would make it most convenient for the customer? Once you figured that out, adding the products is super simple. Now let's log back into our administration section and look at the customer we created, ABC Accounting. And if you remember, when we created ABC Accounting, we added a couple locations for Lisa. So we set up a couple different locations and a shipping location for her home. So she's got a Duluth location, a Little Rock location, and her home location. So that gives us a great place to start. So to edit the quick order forms, we go right to quick order forms and click on that. When that page refreshes, the quick order form will be blank. There won't be any products and there won't be any titles in the pull downs. So all we have to do is identify how we'd like the office pull downs to read and then to add products. So here's the pull down. By default it says supplies from Inkmart. Well, we can edit this and call it the Atlanta office. Now watch how simple this is. We hit rename. Now it's going to rename that pull down to Atlanta office. After it renames it, we can go ahead and rename another office. So there was a Little Rock office. So we'll go ahead and rename another office, Little Rock, and we'll just say add new. Now you'll see it added a Little Rock and an Atlanta office. So last thing we need to do is just make one for Lisa's home. So it becomes very easy to do this. You can make a dozen different pull downs like this just by renaming, adding, or deleting these. So I'm going to hit add new and we'll have one more pull down there. And now we have Lisa's home here. Everything that we try to do throughout all the software on the site is to make it very intuitive. So it's, let's say there was a typo error here, you just rename it. Type over and rename it and it'll fix this pull down. So wherever makes the most sense, we say delete, add new, similar type of very easy to understand directions. On this page I'm going to add one more thing before we add products. This dialog box is where you can leave little special notes. So you can type in a little special note to your customer. That they'll be able to see every time they log in. And then again, save. Now that we've got your quick order form set up on the administration side, let's go look to see what it looks like when the customer logs in, and then we'll add products later. I logged out of our administration section and I went to the home page of inkmart.com. I logged in as Lisa using her username and password so that I can show you what it would look like, the quick order form would look like that we just created. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the quick order form button. And here's what we've done. So here again is your contact information. Here is the special note that you wrote for her. And then here's the 3 offices that we added, or sub-locations within her office, whatever makes sense for the customer. And even the ship to addresses are in place. So all we need to do now is add the products, and Lisa will be ready to go. So we'll cover adding products and customizing the page in the next video. So until next time, thanks again.